Good morning, 2% gang. How's it going on this fine day? Today we're gonna break a world record. Not Guinness kind, because I'm not gonna pay $1,000 and wait a year for them to verify things. But through this other world records site. World record we're gonna break today, obviously cereal related. We got our bowl here. Slowest time to eat a bowl of cereal. One more time for you. Slowest time to eat a bowl of cereal. Now you're thinking, well, how long could that take? How long is the current record for slowest time to eat a bowl of cereal? Must be pretty long, right? Well, I was researching. And this is a record that's been broken a few times. The last one, and the one that's still standing as of the site, was in 2012. Some guy ate a bowl of cereal in 26 minutes and 17 seconds. Huh. Doesn't seem like very long at all. I think in my regular casual life, I think I've eaten a bowl of cereal and longer. You know, you can invest in the cartoons and you take a bite every minute or two. It happens. So I figured this would be an easy world record to break in the cereal category. You know, we'll start off fresh. We might do some more world records a bit later, like fastest time to eat a bowl of cereal. That could be something. But right now, let's just take it easy. Let's mix this in with a Q&A, because I know y'all got some questions for me. I've compiled a few questions that people have asked me. And we're going to answer them in today's video while we do the cereal challenge. So without further introduction, let's go through the rules here. So you got to get a standard size bowl for the cereal. This is about as standard as you can get. I can hear the ocean. Normal spoon. We'll put my hand up to verify its size. I do have kind of big hands, so I mean, you know, take that as you will. Second rule: the bowl has to be filled 2/3 of the way with cereal. Third rule: the timer does not start until each piece of cereal is covered in milk. We can do that. We got 2% gang. 2% gang. But that's not enough of a challenge, I don't think. Just to sit here and eat cereal? No. I can eat a bowl of cereal in more than 26 minutes and 17 seconds. That's not going to be a challenge. Let's up the ante. Let's turn off the car. Now you're thinking, what does that mean? It means I'm saving gas. It means I'm saving battery life. Sure. But how is this upping the ante? Viewers, it might be the first day of fall on filming this, but it's 91 degrees outside. 91. I'm in a car. How long is this going to heat up? Not too long. So this presents a challenge for sitting here for a while. Can I withstand the heat and eat a bowl of cereal? Now the cold milk will help for sure, but for how long? Now, if ever I feel like we're getting a little too dangerous here, I feel maybe I'm reaching heat exhaustion levels, I will certainly in that part of the challenge. That's not really the focus of the goal here. The goal is just to eat a bowl of cereal and however long you can make eating a bowl of cereal. So we're gonna be cautious about this. Unlike most other times. But I value my safety. Now, I am from Texas. To skip to one of the questions, where am I from? I'm from Texas originally, so I'm pretty used to the heat. So this shouldn't be too problem. But without further ado, let's get this going. Alright, so we got our Honey Nut Cheerios. I figure this would be an easy one to tackle for today's challenge. I can just eat one tiny little O every 30 seconds to a minute or so. Should not be a problem. Let's open the box here. You getting review bra vibes? Should have worn a suit. I have a great suit. I will whip that out in some video. It's not quite a conventional suit. Anybody who knows me knows the suit. We'll wear it in another video. For now, I wanted to be as breezy as possible. We might lower the windows at some point. Can't go wrong with the Honey Nut Cheerios. It's a staple. It's a classic. It's a classic. They hold up. They're good stuff. We got Walmart by me, where we just got the cereal. The milk was in my fridge. Sorry I had it, but whatever. Alright, so let's pour this baby. Remember, 2/3 of the way. 2/3. Now, we're not going to actually measure this, so we're just going to, go off the site here, but... So we'll say that's probably like half. What are we thinking? Is that 2/3? Maybe a little more than 2/3. We'll be fair. We'll be fair. We'll duck it down a little bit. We'll pour some back in. Pour some back in. Maybe one more. How about that? I think that's 2/3. I think that's safe to say that's 2/3. Not the biggest bowl. It's a normal sized bowl. Got it. Alright, so we got 2/3. The only thing left is the milk. Now the second part of this is you have to cover each piece in milk before you can start officially the timer. Probably should have brought a timer with me, but we'll just use the phone camera thing. I can see its timing right now, so I think we'll be fine. Alright, let's go. 2% milk. Expires September 30th, 2019. Let's pour it. So each piece has to be covered in milk. Alright, alright. Alright, alright. Cap on, so that's good. They're floating, which means we can duck it down. So each piece gets covered with the milk. Alright, each piece has been doused properly. Now Cheerios take a little while to get soggy, so I think we'll be good for a little while. Let's see how quick they get soggy. Alright. We will start eating as soon as this hits the 30-second mark. So I guess that means I'm not editing it. Alright, here we go. We'll get 2 for starters. Now the thing with Cheerios is you can eat them pretty quick. because it doesn't take much to do this. Now I can't ever leave the bowl of cereal. Theoretically, I could do this for however long, but I'm not gonna cheat and just, you know, not hold the spoon in my mouth for forever and just do this. But technically, that doesn't break any of the rules, but whatever. So we'll just do this one at a time. We'll spice it up in just a little bit, asking some questions sent in to me. But for now, we're just gonna chill back, watch all the people walking by, all the cars passing. We'll just eat one thing of cereal at a time. It's been a while since I've had Honey Nut Cheerios. Or any Cheerios in general. I'm thinking about doing a whole video where I review each thing of cereal I can get, Cheerios I can get my hands off. Just one mega episode on Cheerios. Because there's certainly a lot of those that I can just pop out in like one big video. So it's already been 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I think we're making great time. Now it's kind of a cloudy day, so we're in a bit of shade. It's not really too hot. It's like, oh, it's a little warm, I guess, but not really concerning. Now the bowl has to be empty when I'm done, and that'll officially be the end of it. So when I drink all the milk at the end. Probably by then it'll be all soggy, so I'll be giving up the bits off the bottom. Alright, before everyone skips ahead, we're going to go on to the first question. This one was the most asked question, so we're going to start with it. That question is, is cereal soup? Bit of a loaded question to start with. Something philosophers have been asking for eons and ages. Something many different people have answers to, but there's no real scientific basis behind much of any of them. And I've looked into the matter myself. Spent many late nights pondering, pontificating, staring up at the night sky, and just wonder, is cereal a soup? Years later, I'm no closer to the answer than I was as a young boy. But we all have opinions on certain things. So what's my opinion? Well, truthfully, it's changed many times over the years. As I've grown as a person, I view things differently in life. That's what growing up means. You know. So, whatever answer I give today could change tomorrow. Could change tomorrow. But for the sake of the video, for the sake of the question, we'll give my thoughts on it as they are currently, as of filming this. I've looked into what the greats have said, the books, the pages and pages of testimonials and opinion pieces and think pieces and internet blogs and that paired with my own thinking and my own working through the question is what gives me the answer I have today. And that answer is, well, it's complicated. In short terms, I think no. I think cereal is not a soup, per se. Instead, I think the real question is soup cereal? Now you're thinking that's silly. Soup means many types of things, but certainly cereal is pretty dedicated to some sort of grain or oat substance and milk. But here's what I want to ask you. What if you put water in your Cheerios? Sure, it's silly. Maybe even a little blasphemous. But is that cereal? Many would say it is. Many would say it is. Next question. We'll do another cereal related one. How is cereal made? Well, if you see my video in the abandoned insane asylum, you'll know a bit about the research of how cereal was first created and the method it is used in making it. But that's just how cereal was started. Or at least, that's what we think. The first cereal was actually created by the primitive gods. The gods of our great times 1,000 grandfathers. The gods that gifted us fire. They were the ones to first create cereal in the most basic sense. We had come across cows at that point, mainly sacrificial animals. And the gods, out of gratitude for the people's gratitude, they gave the cow many uses. Which in turn made it a more meaningful sacrifice. If you've played Minecraft, you know cows can give you meat, steaks, tenderloins, beef brisket. You know they can give you leather, which you can use in wallets, shoes, Gucci pants, and of course, milk. Now, mammals, of course, can make milk. Humans, particularly females, upon giving birth, are able to feed their children with their breast milk. But it's not the tastiest milk. I assume. I've not had breast milk since I was a young child. I don't recall if it was tasty or not, but I think many would be grossed out by the taboo of it to consider it on its taste values. So for simplicity's sake, we will rule it out of the taste category. Cow milk, on the other hand, compared to goat's milk, compared to platypus milk, compared to raccoon milk, taste the best. That's why it stands as the supreme to this day. You go in your local grocery store, Walmart, Target, Kroger, Food Giant, Food Lion, whatever your local grocery store might be named. Go to the milk section. What are you going to find? Cow milk. In fact, look in the entire dairy section. Now maybe at a Whole Foods or something you'll find a goat's milk, goat's cheese, or the like, but it would be in a very small section, if there at all. But for the common man's grocery store, there's no goat's cheese section, no goat's milk section. Never mind any other type of milk section. It is devoted to all things dairy. Because as the Hindus, most notably, and many other long-held traditions and religious customs believe, the cow is the most sacred of them all. And that's why they're cereal. That's why we use their milk in cereal. Since we touched on cheese touch, if you will, for my Diary of a Wimpy Kid fans out there. This next question is relevant. What is my favorite type of cheese? Obviously, any that come from a cow, but many, many types can. Do I stay patriotic to my American nationality and go with American? Do I go with the dad joke route and pick Gouda? Because it's Gouda. I studied German in high school. Maybe I'd be best picking Munster. I have a J name. will not reveal the true identity of Cereal Guy, but my name does start with a J. Maybe cheeses with Jack might appeal to me to support fellow J namers. Pepper Jack, Colby Jack. But truly, my favorite type of cheese is none of those. In fact, you might call me a simpleton for my preferred cheese taste. But I'm a man of simple and traditional values. I love a good bowl of cereal in the morning. I love my suburban home, my friends, my family. And I love cheddar cheese. Simply put. Makes the gross grilled cheese. Best grilled cheese. Kraft doesn't ruin it. School lunches doesn't dare to touch its power. Cheddar cheese is the superior. It's a cheese that transcends culture. While we all know mozzarella belongs to the Italians, Munster belongs to the Germans, American belongs to the Americans. Cheddar belongs to everyone. Cheddar is the universal cheese. Cheddar brings people together. That's why it's my favorite. I'd say we're about halfway done, maybe a little less. We're down to about a third of the bowl. We started at 9:30. We're about nearly 15 minutes in. I think we're taking it a little too quickly, but I think we're on track to reach at least the 30-minute mark, which would surpass the previous goal of 26 minutes and 17 seconds. While also setting the new record. And giving room to come back and try this challenge again at a later date for more content and more views. It also extends the possibility of other people attempting this challenge. Now, of course, I love some good competition, so if you would like to attempt this challenge too, by all means, try it. I will be more than glad to redo the challenge. Let's get on to the next question. So, toilet paper, over or under? Good question. Over. I don't think I need an explanation on that one. If you put under, you're not worthy of life. No, I mean, I'm not worthy of life in other capacities, but that's beside the point. A little update on the heat status. It's gotten a little bit warmer. I wouldn't say hot yet. I can feel the beginnings of starting to sweat slightly, but it's not really bothering me much. Again, it is quite cloudy. It's a bit later in the day, so the sun's starting to go down just a little bit. It's getting a little cooler. So I can't say it'll really be much of a problem. Next question. What movie would be greatly improved as a musical? Many come to mind. There are many movies I would consider perfect, or at least near perfect, that I would like to see as a musical, surely. Princess Bride comes to mind. The Godfather would be a wonderful musical, I think. But the question specifically states, what movie would be greatly improved by making it a musical? Meaning, there is room for much improvement. Okay, that puts it in new context. We have to pick a movie that isn't quite great. Maybe good. Likely mediocre, or even not so good. And one that would objectively, or at least subjectively on a mass scale, would be improved as a musical. Interesting question. A lot of movies are hurt by being made musicals. Namely, children's animated movies. That under normal circumstances would just be mediocre and dull. But in the context of a musical, transform into something of a far greater evil. Something to be disdained. So perhaps the answer is not to make the mediocre movies into a musical, but to make fairly universally agreed upon bad movies. Make those musicals. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Now instantly I can think, well, what genre should we operate in to pick our perfect movie? And the horror genre immediately jumps out to me. The horror genre is a genre with certainly many bad movies. Fantastically bad movies. And they generally aren't very musical based. Now, a horror musical. That's interesting. That would be refreshing to see. So, what would be the most entertaining of that type? Certainly stuff like Saw, or Friday the 13th, or Chucky. Those could be very interesting as musicals. But I think we can get funnier than that. Now, off the top of my head, I haven't considered this question very much. I was saving it to think about in this video. But right now, what I can think of as a movie, it's more or less horror. Certainly horrible. But it does have a children's bent on it, so there's that. Gremlins 2. Gremlins 2, the musical. I think we're onto something. I think we are onto something. Let's take a sip of our cereal. Already I can tell this challenge is a little harder than I may have given it credit for. I'm eating 1, sometimes 2 or 3 cheers at a time. And we're almost... There's not terribly much left. Now we can certainly last twice as long as we have so far. But much further beyond that, it'll take some work. So let's do speed round with the next couple questions. I've been taking my time with the last few. But for more engaging content, we'll answer them quickly, while still eating the cereal slow. My back itches, but I can't seem... Oh, sorry. My back itches, but I can't reach back and scratch it. Any advice? Infest yourself with lice. You will figure out very quickly ways to scratch your back. Next question. Are you single? Answer, it's complicated. Me and Danny DeVito, we have a relationship. But he's very busy with his music, with his movie and TV career, obviously. It's hard. It's hard. But we make it work. We make it work. Next question. How are you? Next question. What's the difference between a novel and a book? Depends how much of a pretentious jerk you feel like being. Do you remember the 21st night of September? No. I don't recall much of anything. The couple of days after the Area 51 raid, to be honest. Next question. Why? I can't even begin to answer that. Is water wet? No. Well, yes, but not in all cases. Hypothetically, if you had an individual water molecule, one single molecule of H2O, and removed it from touching any other water molecule, that water would not be wet. However, the majority of water is in fact touching water molecules. So therefore, all of those water molecules would be wet. Interesting question related. Are we always wet? Because there's water vapor constantly in the air? Maybe. Certainly I'm wet from the sweat, because it's starting to get pretty warm in here. Not one that I'm concerned about safety-wise, but it is getting pretty warm. The milk is no longer very cool. So, there's that. My hands are feeling very clammy. Pit's starting to sweat a little. Full transparency here. Next question. At what point did you know you were a waste of life? What type of cereal is your favorite? I need to get to this question eventually. Truth is, I have many cereals that I would classify as a favorite. Truthfully, and this is a controversial pick, Raisin Bran is for sure up there. Again, I'm a man of traditional values and taste. I like me some Raisin Bran. It's healthy. The raisins are very delicious and juicy. There's enough sugar on the oat pieces on the bran pieces, to hold my interest. It's all in all a very, very good cereal. Another favorite, peanut butter Captain Crunch. It's the best cereal to snack on, without a doubt. I can eat boxes and boxes. What milk do you use? Is this a joke? I only use my own breast milk. Next question. Least favorite cereal? I have to say, until recently, I to the best of my memory, I've never had a cereal I did not enjoy at least a little bit. But I have to say, the donut cereal from a couple of videos ago, not a fan. Not a fan in the slightest. It's okay dry. Dry gets a pass. There's good things about everything. But frankly, I would never put that thing with milk again. Milk doesn't deserve that. Milk doesn't deserve that. Oh, I think we've been going longer than I thought. Maybe. Oh yeah, we reached 30 minutes a few minutes ago. Wait, I think we reached 40 minutes. Oh yeah, I'm stupid. Yeah, we started at 9 minutes 30 seconds. Yeah, we're making great time. Easiest town in the world. What was I talking about earlier? Still got plenty left. Take a big bite. Why not? We got time. We already beat the world record. That's good. So a little celebration bite. We still got plenty more to go. We're almost an hour in the video, actually. 54 minutes streaming. Which means in 5 minutes we will reach 50 minutes. Eating one bowl of cereal. Pretty good, pretty good. Let's see what time it is. It's 5:58. I'll need to get home fairly soon because we're going to go out to eat. But let's finish this. Let's finish this. Would I consider using chocolate milk in cereals? Would I consider it? Yes, I am now. Would I do it? Probably for a video. Certainly, probably for a video. We'll see that. But in regular life, maybe. Maybe at some point, to keep things a little more fresh, I'll go ahead and put chocolate milk in. But generally, if I want a chocolatey milk in my cereal, I'll just get a chocolatey cereal. Cocoa Pebbles does the trick. Nice and quick. As I said in my Cocoa Pebbles video on the Metro, if they bottled up Cocoa Pebbles milk, I would drink that over Nesquik, over any other type of chocolate milk. True moo. Truly. Do I consider cereal bars cereal? Yes. Well. Yes. Here's the thing. This in the box is cereal. Everyone calls it cereal. It's cereal. This with milk is also cereal. Interesting. Interesting. Exploring new avenues of thought here. So let's think about this for a second. If cereal dry is cereal, no milk involved, and cereal with milk is cereal, does cereal need a liquid at all? I suppose not. So is cereal soup? See, remember what I said. Remember I said we'd come back to this question. The more I think about this, the more I explore new avenues of thought, I would change my mind. In this video, I think I've changed my mind. So is cereal a soup? Perhaps, but only if there is a liquid involved, aka milk, or I guess water, broth. But can soup be cereal? No. Because cereal dry can be cereal. But what defines cereal? Does it need to be oats or grains or bran? Who knows? Maybe it's the method of how it's made. It makes me wonder why I specialize in something so non-concrete. But then again, what is anything? Can we really prove anything is real? Is there? I'd say no. For all we know, we're living in some digital simulation. It's a popular theory. Could be true. On that note, we've reached 50 minutes. We're going to keep going. Let's hit an hour. We could be living in a digital simulation. In which case, I mean, maybe it doesn't matter if one thing is cereal or soup or stew or what have you. Doesn't matter what is the concrete definition of many things. I enjoy cereal. I enjoy the taste, texture, the variety, the experience, the memories. And that's why I love cereal. That's why I do this. That's why I can talk about this for so long, even without much in the way of concrete knowledge about the subject, because there is no real concrete knowledge about the subject, as far as we know. Your whole life could be a lie, but if you have fun living it, that's all that matters. Is Chef Boyardee beefaroni a cereal? I think we're on the same question. Sure. Yes. Why not? Why not? Nothing matters. Nothing matters. You don't matter. You don't exist. Beefaroni is a cereal. Chef Boyardee. Here's a good one. We're gonna eat this a lot quicker now. We're almost done with the questions. We're almost to the hour point. In about 7 minutes, we'll reach an hour. So let's eat this a little quicker, shall we? My first cereal memory. Takes me back. I have so many wonderful memories with cereal. One of my earliest is every morning at my grandparents' house, I'd sit in the nice dining room, have my bowl of Raisin Bran or Cheerios or whatever. Kix. Love Kix. And I would watch The Simpsons on a tiny little box TV that we had. Antiquated by the standards of 2005 even. But it didn't matter to me. I was watching my cartoons. I had my cereal. My most notable memory of cereal was the time cereal saved my life. One day, to tell you the truth, to viewers, here's a little bit about me. My whole life wasn't centered around cereal at one point. I would have never been a cereal YouTuber. It never would have come into my thought process. It's getting very hot in here. Very sweaty. My biggest hobby in life was underwater basket weaving. Sure, I still love cereal, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't the passion that it is now. I was hard into underwater basket weaving. Truly, it was an addiction. It was really crippling to my physical and mental health. It was an abusive relationship I had with the art, the craft of underwater basket weaving. I would spend as long as I could underwater, just trying to make the perfect basket. Sorry. I didn't mean to get too emotional. It's silly. I know, but it was really dangerous. I nearly died on multiple occasions, but I didn't care. I needed to. I needed to make the perfect basket underwater. I didn't care about the burning my lungs, and that was all secondary to me. I really broke through my physical limitations. It was very dangerous. But that's when I really I lost consciousness under the water trying to make a basket. And I remember waking up in the hospital. And the first thing in front of me is a bowl of cereal. I suppose that was the hospital's breakfast for the day, but I just knew. I knew that I was done underwater basket weaving. I was through with that life. For the first time, I really looked at that bowl of cereal, and I saw where my true passion should be. It's an emotional story. Sorry if it's made anyone uncomfortable. I understand it's a little weird just watching people cry, but truthfully, it's really impactful for me. And I can say I'm proud to be 2 years and 3 months clean of underwater basket weaving. I haven't touched a basket. I've been avoiding swimming or anything related to the nature for so long. It's not even in my system anymore. I think it's completely out. It's all cereal now. It's all cereal. We're reaching the hour mark, so let's just finish this up now. We have one last question. Let's finish this. Let's reach the hour mark. Okay. We did it. 1 hour. We still have a little bit more to go. Here's the last mouthful. All right. We're done. Stop the timer. 1 hour, 30 seconds. Hour and 30 seconds. We got it, gamers. I think it was like maybe a couple seconds less than that. We'll count it out later, but for now we did. We beat the world record. We beat the world record. And we set a new one. That world record has been in place for 7 years, almost. And I think I've created a new world record in addition to beating the last one. The new world record is, what's the slowest time you can eat cereal while in a hot car? There's probably a better way to word that, but that's what we're going with for now. Once we finished, I'm sweating buckets and I need to get home. We're gonna start up the car. Feel that cool AC.
The voltage is normal. Bluetooth.
Bask in the AC. And we'll answer the very last question. I don't remember what it is. What the fuck is oatmeal?